All right, time to go inside the law. And today's question is, how hard is it for a U.S. citizen to marry an undocumented immigrant and then work to get U.S. citizenship for that person?
Well, KTLA's legal expert, Manny Medrano, joins us now with the answer to this and other immigrant-related questions.
Well, and this is so important, this story, because honestly, the legal landscape when it comes to immigration law is changing at the speed of light. So it's important that you know exactly what rights you have or don't have. Viewer Adriana wrote into KTLA's Inside the Law saying she's a U.S. citizen who wants to marry her undocumented boyfriend. What is the easiest, fastest, safest way to legalize him without having to leave the country? Glendale immigration lawyer Arsen Danielian has bad news.
There is no recourse for that person in the United States because there is no law which will allow him to become a permanent resident and later on a citizen at this point. He has to leave the country.
And the length of time he has to leave depends on how long he's been here.
If he has been here for 6 months, then he has to stay overseas out of the country for 3 years. If he has been here illegally for 1 year or more, then 10 years.
But it's a different answer if the fiancé you want to marry entered the U.S. legally.
By marrying to a U.S. citizen to change his status to permanent resident, and after 3 years of residing in the United States, apply for U.S. citizenship.
Here's another landmine for persons wanting to become U.S. citizens. Avoid at all costs getting arrested for any crime or suffering a conviction.
Of course, the impact will be negative. There is no doubt about that. But depending on the nature of the conviction or the nature of the crime, it will most probably cause the person not to become a U.S. citizen.
The bottom line, if you're here illegally, it's difficult to become U.S. citizen.
If you are illegal in the United States nowadays, which means you cross the border, that's the without inspection, that's the key word actually, there is not much that you can do at this point.
Well, and another point, according to our legal expert, an undocumented immigrant cannot obtain a California driver's license. So as you can see from this example, we answer questions. If you have a legal question for me to tackle, send it to mamedrano@tribune.com.